Hello, dear beloved. Such a joy to be here with you. I didn't want you to think that after the Initiate program closed that all the fabulous lives would be stopping. So this has been in my head a lot. And you know that when I go live, it's because something has been buzzing around my soul and my heart and my mind, and I just can't put it down. And I just wanted to really sort of talk to what I am observing and seeing all around me, everywhere that I look. There is both in spiritual conversations this kind of false positivity, I guess is what I'm going to call it, where we are sort of encouraged to band-aid over what we're feeling and to use mantra or some kind of practice to try and pretend we're not feeling what we're feeling. And on the other hand, we have this kind of zeitgeist in spirituality right now, which is do not be afraid of your shadow. Let yourself meet and feel everything that you're feeling. Go to your dark places and let yourself unearth them. Now, both of those things, I mean, the false positivity, obviously I'm not talking about it in glorious terms, but both those things are kind of extremes of polarity, if you like. And I guess I am much more interested in taking the conversation to another level. So what is this idea of vibrational positivity, and how does that, well, in my opinion, kind of meet both those needs? Yes, there is the choice that we can make to choose a different state of being, but we can't do it superficially. And yes, it is absolutely vital that we go and meet our shadow and our fear. It is actually everything that I teach at the Institute, is that intuition is on the other side of your fear. So the only way to become more intuitive is to meet that shadow, get intimate with it, and then release it. So what exactly am I talking about? What's this kind of point of difference between those two extremes? Well, in the extreme of sort of, going to meet your fear, if that just becomes increased self-awareness, if all we're doing is just getting really, really intimate with our fear and then sitting in our fear pile, we haven't done anything to increase our intuition, our joy, to alter consciousness in any way. We're just sitting in our shit. And if we're pretending we're not feeling what we're feeling, we're just pushing it further down into the subconscious. What I want to offer is this middle ground, this different approach to thinking about your life and your relationship to your life situation. What if it was entirely possible, regardless of the circumstances of your life situation, for you to alter your state of being so that you are not vulnerable or a victim of what you're feeling, and you're also not ignoring what you're feeling? You are, in fact, transforming what you're feeling. So it's absolutely okay for you to say, I'm having a really rubbish day, I need to sit with my bad feelings. And I and Caroline Myss will say, yes, no problem, you've got 5 minutes. 5 minutes of self-pity. On the other hand, if you're trying to tell me you're having the best day ever, and I am, because it's my job, energetically aware that you're bullshitting yourself and me, that is also not what we want. Regardless, however, of your life situation and of the circumstances of your day, your life, your year, your month, whatever it is, you can choose a vibrational positivity that is transcendent of the events of your life. What is happening when we shift to this perspective is that we are no longer in a place of believing that we are victims of our circumstances, and that our feeling state, our state of being, is determined by what we see around us. That paradigm simply does not work, and it does not exist when we become masterful consciousness engineers, to use Vishen Lakhiani's term. We are always creating reality. If you're trying to pretend that you're feeling good when you're not by using, false positivity, then you are tricking no one. God or the infinite is not going to play that game. And if you are looking to your shadow and that's all you do is keep sitting with your fear, then that is the only place you'll be manufacturing your reality from. Vibrational positivity is that state of being that is cultivated when we go into the archetypal meaning of our lives. So in other words, when we stop taking everything so personally. So we're elevating our consciousness to the point where we can see the patterns of fear or absence of fear. love or absence of love. And we're no longer responding personally to everything as though it's all about us all of the time, and we're not taking other people's criticisms or compliments personally. We're not abandoning ourselves into fear every single time we have, a bad thought. We're actually able to sustain a vibration that is greater than or transcendent of our particular life situation. In no way is this bullshitting ourselves, because in fact that's not possible. Vibration is not going to respond to the machinations of the ego. Vibration can be cultivated by feeling state that can be bigger than your current life situation. And in order to be able to do that, you have to train that muscle. So just as if you want a six-pack, you have to go to the gym or in your own home, do the things that get the six-pack, I don't know what that is, sit-ups. And you have to do that in a way that is repeated and sustained. Otherwise, you will not see those muscles appear. So when we think about being able to cultivate a particular vibrational state, perhaps, another great analogy is your pelvic floor. If you do your pelvic floor exercises once and never do them again, there's a good chance you won't have a strong pelvic floor. If you want to be able to hold a vibrational state, a high vibing vibrational state that is transcendent or bigger than your particular life situation, you need to work that muscle consistently so that every single time you choose to, you can take yourself into a higher, or to use Joe Dispenza's term, faster vibration simply by making the conscious effort. In other words, we're no longer looking to 3D reality or our life situation to be the cause of our good feeling. We are no longer looking externally for evidence that we are able to hold a higher state. This is what vibrational positivity is. And the difference to false positivity is, if you're in false positivity and someone says, "How are you doing?" and you go, "Oh, I'm so good, everything's great," and inside you're dying because your partner's left you, or you just have, an aching chasm of guilt that you can never resolve no matter what, and even though you don't know what you're guilty of, whatever is going on inside of you is actually doing the talking, it's doing the vibration setting. This is being able to say, even though I have a bad relationship right now and things are not good and my husband is not being kind to me, and even though I have this feeling of gnawing guilt inside of me, I am going to choose to change my vibration regardless. And on the other side, where we get obsessed with our shadow, and we really just want to spend all our time in that place of going, "Oh, I'm acknowledging, I'm allowed to feel what I'm feeling, I'm meeting my fear, you can't take my fear away from me, this is me being authentic, I'm just sharing my truth by telling you I'm feeling shit today and everything's shit," that also is not actually the end point of that. You need to go further. You need to say, regardless of having met this fear, of having met this shadow aspect, I am willing and capable of altering my vibration so that I may have a vibration that is positively impacting the world regardless of my life circumstance. So when someone says to you, "How are you doing today?" you can truthfully answer, "Well, actually, today I met some unmet subconscious fear that I realize has been playing out in my life through, the victim archetype. And even though I now have that new awareness, I'm choosing to hold a different vibration. And I do that because I have cultivated the muscle of my intuitive intelligence. I can alter my vibration regardless of my external circumstances. Do you understand the difference here? Even though it may seem kind of subtle, it isn't. I can make a choice to be of service, which is what holding the highest vibration possible at any given time is, regardless of my life. I do not need to wait until all situations are resolved, and I do not need to wait until all fear has been met, and I do not even need to be having a good day to be able to be vibrationally positive. The shift that we're making here is from I don't feel good today. I need something outside of me to confirm me. I need someone to pay me a compliment. I'm going to constantly be attuned to people's criticism of me. Even if they said to me, you look beautiful today, I'm going to hear, you're ugly, you're fat, you shouldn't be doing that. Why are you eating that? And I'm going to receive everything as an attack because that's where I feel I am today. And we're moving out of that paradigm. We're moving out of the belief that anything outside of us needs to change in order to alter our vibration. We can still say, you know, today feels difficult. Today doesn't feel like I'm high vibing. But I'm still going to choose a different vibrational state. And I'm not bullshitting myself or God or anyone else. I am simply acknowledging the truth that I am but a vibration. I am not my emotions. I am not my life events. I am not my relationships. I am not even my beliefs. I am but a vibration, as is the entire universe. And the law of vibration tells me that everything is in constant motion. And if that is the case, all I have to do is choose to vibrate higher or faster. It isn't personal. I do not need to have everything working in my favor. But let me tell you the beauty of this law. The moment that you make that commitment to hold a vibration that is greater than the evidence suggests, as in you choose something bigger for yourself than your life situation might be reflecting, your life will come into congruence or line up with, correspond with the second law, the law of correspondence, with that higher vibrational state. This is us choosing to be of service rather than what can I get? What can I get from the world to confirm me, to give me what I need? I'm not healed or fixed yet. I need that modality or that person or that thing to come and do the thing for me. When we move out of that and we move into what may I give? What is my vibration doing for others this day? Doesn't mean I even have to leave my house. Simply, what am I holding? Knowing the first law, the law of mentalism, all is one. If I am holding a low fear-based vibration because I say my life's rubbish and therefore I'm allowed to and everybody's being mean to me and I'm allowed to hold a low shitty vibration, then I am taking rather than giving. And if we move into the paradigm of I am service, I am service. My purpose is here to be service. Then my job is to alter my vibration, knowing that vibration is what we are made of. So here we're moving out of a personal relationship or a personal kind of, this is all about me, into an archetypal relationship. And this is very much on my mind right now. My third level priestesses and I in Melbourne are about to go into our final training this weekend. And we are learning how to see archetypally. So what we're seeing then, instead of that fear is the fear of not being loved, that fear is the fear of being rejected. I've got fear down here in my sacral chakra, and that is the fear of my creativity. I have low self-esteem, and becoming, pathologists of our fear and getting very, very, sticking at that level where all we do is kind of diagnose our fear. And instead we look archetypally for dark or light. Where there is an absence of light, I choose now to bring vibration higher, faster, lighter, so that I may alter. Now, on that way, on the path of altering the vibration and raising that up, you might get a really kind of conscious recognition of what that fear was, but you've already started to do the work. You're already giving the medicine, the antidote to that fear by choosing to hold a different vibration, because you're looking at your life situation archetypally. You're not trying to catalog every single fear so that you can get really, really intimate with it and stick with it and hold it really tight and then make that the reason why you can't move forward with your life or whatever other story you've got. You are holding a different vibration because you are no longer taking the events of the world personally. You are now moving as the mystic moves in the world, and you are seeing beyond your own hurts and your own suffering and your own story to say, this is either light or it's the absence of light. This is either love or the absence of love. And the remedy is always the same. Cultivate a higher vibrational state. So let's do that together right now. The very most powerful, simplest tool, I've got tons of them in my toolkit, but the one I want to share with you is my go-to. You know which one I'm going to do, and if you want to get a group energetic boost right now, baby. If you want to work that muscle of your intuition, let's go into heart coherence together. So if you're safe to do so, I invite you now to close down your eyes. If you just have to listen because you're driving the car or you're doing pickup or whatever you're doing, then simply hold yourself in the state that we're cultivating here, knowing that you are getting the benefits of it anyway. For those of you who can, I invite you now to close down your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Let it go out through your mouth. Letting go of all the effort. Letting your body sink even more deeply into the chair or the bed or the car seat, wherever you are right now. And knowing that when we gather together like this, we exponentially increase the power of what we're doing. We're sending ripples out into the field that can alter the fabric of the cosmos. That's how powerful this is. That's how powerful you are. Now taking 2 fingers to the center of your chest, signifying to your physiology and your consciousness that this heart intelligence center is where you want to operate from. And now for those of you who are very experienced at this practice, just go straight into that instant state. As soon as the fingers touch the chest, that pressure, that gentle pressure signifying or setting off that immediate expansion into those higher vibrational states. And that's what happens when we practice this consistently. And if you're still learning how to master this practice, bring to mind now. Use that brilliant mind of yours to your advantage. Images of people, places, events, memories, anything that evokes strong feelings of gratitude, appreciation, joy, freedom. It might be a beautiful cup of coffee or a smile from a handsome stranger, or the feeling when you get into bed at the end of a long day. Whatever it is for you, make it pure, unadulterated gratitude. And feel with every breath as though that feeling state is expanding outwards from the center of your chest. That electromagnetic field surrounding your heart, expanding out into the quantum field, elevating you, escalating your vibration, going closer to your true nature, which is infinite, unlimited consciousness. And keep feeling that elevation, that expansion. Keep bringing the mind back. This is not relaxation. This is not meditation. Keep bringing yourself back with single pointed focus. Laser-like precision. Feeling that interconnectedness of all of our hearts as we come into a unified state of coherence together. Knowing that the ripple effects of what we are doing here now, no matter how deceptively simple, are moving out into the field to alter consciousness for all. We do not do this work for ourselves alone. And feeling that profound gratitude, bring a smile to your face and notice that expansion even further into this state of appreciation, of joy, of freedom. Time and space become void. And now lowering your hands to your lap. Taking a deep breath in, letting it go, and when you're ready, blinking open your eyes, knowing that you just took your vibration, not a spiritual idea, but an entirely scientific one, to a higher, faster frequency. And in so doing, you are choosing vibrational positivity, a state of being that is not reliant on external evidence, What power is that? That you are not waiting for something outside of you to give you permission to be in that unending state of grace that is typified by a feeling of joy. Thank you, dear ones. Thank you for sharing that experience with me. I invite you to share your experiences. Please commit. Let's throw out a challenge there. Let's see who can commit to 5 days of radical vibrational positivity, regardless of the circumstances of your life. I'm going to put a post in the group. We commit for the next 5 days as a collective, as a tribe, to alter the fabric of reality by choosing vibrational positivity, choosing a state of being that is bigger and more magnificent than your evidence will suggest, and regardless, you say, yes, that is what I am. So let's commit to a 5-day challenge. Every day for at least 2 minutes each day, you say, yes, I will hold a vibration that is greater than the evidence suggests I should be holding. And together we will cause that ripple effect. Share your experiences. Hashtag vibrational positivity. Tell me how it's feeling for you. Let's alter the world, baby. This is not about us. I am service. I am service. I am that I am. Mwah! Oh, I love it. Let's start a revolution. See you all very, very soon. Hashtag vibrational positivity.